Oh no. Those pesky piggies are at it again, they have stolen the eggs. Knowing them, they'll probably build some shoddy shelters to protect their loot. We need to help our feathered friends to get back what's theirs. With a little help from kinetic energy, and a slingshot, we can destroy the pigs' constructions and get the eggs back. Go get them. Hi. Welcome to Bird Island. Are you ready to play and learn about kinetic energy with a furious flock? It's easy, just grab the bird in the slingshot, drag, aim, and release. Kinetic energy is the energy of motion. When Red has kinetic energy, he can hit the pigs. When you launch Red with the slingshot, you transfer energy from the slingshot to Red, launching him into the sky and doing work. Work here doesn't mean beating the piggies. In physics, work is defined as the energy transferred when applying a force to move an object. In this case, to move Red through the sky. Launching a bird into the air is a process where energy is doing the work. First, we transferred energy from the slingshot to Red. And when Red is mid-air, there are two types of energy involved. Since the bird is in the air, it has potential energy due to gravity. While moving through the air, the bird also has kinetic energy, which was transferred to it from the slingshot. When Red hits that structure, he's going to transfer some of his kinetic energy to those boards, blocks, and the pig. This energy transfer will make them move or break. That little pig must be worried. Let's try playing with Chuck. Did you know that Chuck has a superpower? You can activate it by clicking anywhere on the screen after launching him. Kinetic energy is greater if the speed is higher. Chuck is the fastest bird. Since kinetic energy grows proportionally to the square of speed, he can gain much more kinetic energy with his speed. Surely without this extra speed, he wouldn't be able to demolish that structure. Kinetic energy grows proportionally to the mass of the object. Terrence is the biggest bird and can achieve more kinetic energy than other birds traveling at the same speed. This is because kinetic energy grows proportionally to the mass of the object. An object with tiny mass can have more kinetic energy than an object with larger mass if it travels really fast. Oh no. The piggies are out of our reach now. How did they become so smart? Luckily, We can aim at the boulder and make it roll down using its potential energy. The boulder has a lot of potential energy. How much potential energy an object has depends on its position or state. Because this boulder is on the top of the mountain, it has more potential energy compared to when it would be at sea level. When the boulder falls down, it will initially gain more and more speed. This is because its potential energy is transforming into kinetic energy. It's important to use your wits in choosing the right bird. Some birds can achieve more kinetic energy than others, which means that not all birds can move all targets. So choose wisely. You can switch the birds by clicking the button below the slingshot. Great. When the boulder rolls down, the potential energy converts into kinetic energy, making the boulder gain speed. Another example of potential energy is the slingshot's elastic band. When you pull it, it gains potential energy, which is converted to kinetic energy when you release it. This kinetic energy is then transferred to the birds, launching them into the air. The kinetic energy of sound. Sound is a wave that is transmitted by the interaction of tiny particles, each of them with its own kinetic energy. The pigs are out of our reach again. But don't worry, there is something that you can hit to make the piggy's structure fall. As you can see, their structure seems very fragile, a typical pig construction. Those gongs with their powerful sound can make the piggy's structure tremble. Use this to your advantage. There is kinetic energy in the sound waves, and if they are powerful enough, they can bring that structure down. Just aim at the gongs and you'll see. You passed the level, great job. Sound is created by vibrations in the matter that travel as waves along materials like the air, the water, and even through solids. These sound waves have kinetic energy. Have you ever felt the kinetic energy of thunder? Sometimes it can make the windows shake, even when produced by a lightning far away. This time we have a gong and a boulder. Can you figure out how to beat those piggies? The kinetic energy of electricity. Electrical energy is created by moving electric particles. The faster the particles move, the more kinetic energy, and thus more electrical energy they carry. Hey, that's not fair. Those piggies are protected by a barrier now. You must lower it by powering the barrier's electric motor. To do that, start the generators by hitting their switches. You activated the generator. Good job. The generator uses gasoline, which has potential energy due to its chemical properties. The generator uses the fuel to produce thermal energy in the form of controlled explosions. It then converts this thermal energy first into mechanical energy, and finally into electrical energy. Kinetic energy is involved in the entire process. First, Thermal energy is produced by fast-moving particles, in other words, particles that have kinetic energy. Second, in mechanical energy transforming movement through different objects and transmitting their kinetic energy. And finally, also the electrically charged particles have kinetic energy as they move through the cables, powering the electric motor as a result. Opening the gate requires more power. You should know what to do. Great. With the two generators active, the particles are charged with more electrical energy, so they also have more kinetic energy. The kinetic energy from the electricity moves the gate mechanism's gears, lowering the gate as a result. The piggies must think they're oh so clever, hiding like that. Show 'em. As you know, kinetic energy grows proportionally with mass. In other words, if the mass is twice as large, also the kinetic energy will be twice as large. But kinetic energy also grows proportionally with the square of speed. So if the speed is doubled, kinetic energy will be 4 times greater. Wow, the pigs have created a real labyrinth to protect themselves. Can you figure out a way to pop them? Are the pigs trying to outsmart us? Well, they can try, but they're not going to succeed. Just pay attention to the order in which you hit the pigs. Are the pigs trying to outsmart us? Well, they can try, but they're not going to succeed. Just pay attention to the order in which you hit the pigs. The piggies took this round. But you can do it. Just try again. Well, this seems very complicated. So many pigs, and only so few birds to slingshot. But give it a go, it's easier than what it looks like. The piggies took this round. But you can do it, just try again. Are you ready to play some dominoes? The domino pieces fall because the kinetic energy transmits from one domino to another in each collision. Can you find a way to make them fall? You're this close to rescuing all the eggs. Remember Chuck's superpower? Use it to your advantage, and send the pigs packing. Fantastic. You have passed all the levels and helped the birds to get the eggs back from the bad piggies.